Willkommen, bienvenue, welcome. Hey there, folks. Welcome to Edinburgh. The year is 2019. We're in a class 365. This is the sort of closing days of 365 operation at Edinburgh, Glasgow. But you know what? We're going to take one out and we're going to basically just have fun. We're running all the way to Glasgow as 1 Romeo 77. This is a modified Chris Horsfield scenario, so it has the announcements and stuff plugged in. It's based on a specific day in 2024. If you get it from the ATS site, release the doors. We need to set our destination to Glasgow Queen Street, and what we'll do is tail lamps off, headlights on, DSD unisighted. There we go. So we've got a few moments here at Edinburgh until we are due away. As you can see, we've got the newer station model here, so you've got the terminating platforms for northbound services. So I've spent a lot of my life taking trains on and off this platform. Weirdly, take less of my life off this platform here, loads of my life on this platform, and some of my life on this platform. Yeah, go figure. Really weird when you're on like platform 19, and you like have to. So you basically get the galley or the kitchen, sorry, the cafe bars about here on Azuma. Which, if you think the crew rooms in this area, it's just it feels very contrary to walk in that direction. Anyway, train today, yes, boom, class 365 networker, AC, DC, it's okay by me. I'm really sorry you just saw my Amazon there. I can't fix that. So, yes, I'm looking at shoe racks. Welcome to being an adult. It sucks. Class 365. Sexy train. They were basically scrapped between 2021 and 2022. They went into storage for the majority of the pandemic. As they left service down south, Scot Rail went, actually, these 385s are taking a while to come in. So we are going to borrow some of these. And they'll lease these in. Have we cleared to go places yet? No, we've got about 30 seconds. So, yes, basically. So, yeah, from Great Northern. So, some of them still ran down south, but then the ones that were in storage, basically 12 of them, got loaned to Scot Rail. Now, I am creeping towards this signal deliberately. For whatever reason, no matter what I do, the signal will not pull off until I approach it. Just like that. Start speed is 20, which reminds me, I'm going to use my speed set today. We need to gun it out of here. So yeah, 10365, 509 through 537. Released to Barrio Scot Rail in response to rolling stock shortage. And basically, they needed to give some trains. So this was to allow Arriva to get the 170s specifically, and some of the 156s and 158s. So in comparison with the 3 and 6 car DMUs previously used on some routes by Scot Rail, the 8 car 365 sets provided an additional 17,200 seats per day. Go figure. Right. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to drop this into idle. And then I'm going to set my speed set to 100. Just so I'm actually driving this like a human. So I'm just... The speed set's great, but I don't want to, like, just drive based off it. So like I said, all the units were scrapped. Except for 526. Which was the unit involving Potter's Bar, but is used by the RAF and mod for testing explosives, which is interesting. I think I've actually seen it, but not officially, so I can't talk about it. Yeah. Double amber, single amber next. What I'm going to do, as that double yellow goes out of sight, I'm going to throttle up. And we're now clear to run at 50 miles an hour because we passed the 50 post there. Always forget to have my instrument lights on. I don't like the visualization of the instrument lights on this unit, but it'll do. As you can see, the acceleration on these was supposedly better than the 170s. It is what it is. You know, it is what it is. But yeah, so the 365, so like I say, 4-car units. So we are running an 8-car rate. Yeah, basically. So yeah, this is meant to be towards the end of 365 operations in Scotland. So there's only a few units left running about. So you'll see another set across us and there's another set in a depot, basically, is the way I've done it. Go. Now, I do believe they ran with a guard here, so I'll put us into guard operated mode. In the cab, we'll set the reverser to neutral. And then, like I said, this is Edinburgh Haymarket station. So over in front of us there, you can see Haymarket Depot, which we'll drive past. And the line to the left curves around towards Carstairs. I've actually been through Haymarket quite a few times. I've only got on and off a train here once. Well, got off a train. Did I walk back? Yeah, I think I ended up walking back. But basically, I was in Edinburgh picking my sister up from the airport, and I was here like 3 hours early. So I ended up just like cruising around Edinburgh basically. And one of the things I did was get on a Pendolino. I went from Edinburgh to Haymarket basically. I had enough time for me to make it to Carstairs and back, but So our start speed limit is still 50, but as you can see, we cross a 90 post here, and before we have time to make it to the full ton, we cross 100 post as well. There is a HST. Hashtag Loudboy. Would love to have those in Trainson World. And I mean like properly with the sliding doors. I am actually going to be working on a patch, which I'll probably have talked about already. Well, not patch, but a pack. To redo the gameplay on Edinburgh Glasgow to make it drastically better. Well, the service mode at least. And things, but I'm waiting for the 158 to come out before I do it. I've got the 158 and the 380 that I want basically before I do it, and then but I'm going to get a plan done, and I've got some really interesting ideas for it, which I think will be cool. It's going to be 2024 based, so you know, only sort of Scot Rail stock. You know, because we've got 170s now, we've got 385s. We're going to have 380s, which will stand in for 334s. And we've got the 314 as well. Should have added my throttle there. There's the VCV tripped out twice. That means both pans are cleared. That means we can go back up to Thrasher again. Now, just after the neutral section, there's a 100 mile an hour speed limit. So, like I said, let the train accelerate here. And basically, we just cruise for a while. The next time I should really have to touch the throttle lever, in theory, is approaching the junction for Bathgate. We have to drop down to 90, because it's a 90 limit just after that junction. So yeah, what else? So, yeah, like I say, so these basically were used. So these end up paying, so the money for these end up being. So the money to pay for these came from cancelling the Intercity 250 series of high-speed trains. I think is a real shame. They're basically the Intercity 250s. They're never even given a proper class, but if you look at photos of them, they look a lot like the 373s did. And they had Mark 5 coaches, not the same Mark 5 coaches that we now see on the West Coast on the sleeper services. So there you have it. So just, like I say, accelerating away there, you can see the speed is still climbing, just not very much. Like I say, these accelerate okay, but they're not what I would call Speedy Gonzales boys. Yeah, the Model Mark 5 I can see here looks a lot, basically like a Mark 4, but with actually really similar to the Cat Mark 5 windows now that I think of it. And an intercity livery, of course. Edinburgh Gateway Station. One of the great things about my expansion to the thing will be that we'll actually have services that will book to stop there properly. There goes the DSD. So we are rocketing along. Utterly rocketing. These people have lasted me a long time. Sorry, weird statement to have there. I'm just sort of scrolling through my Amazon orders, seeing if there's anything I need to reorder. That's broken or run out of or whatever. Anyway, I was sort of scrolling down and looking. And actually there's sort of my boobs are there. So obviously for those of you who don't know, I'm trans. I buy my boobs, I buy breast forms basically. Because, yeah, it's just welcome to being me, basically. And a chunk of that for me, well, so with breast forms, they normally last me a couple of months after I replace them, basically. But I'm just looking, I can see that the last pair I bought were bought 6 months ago, which is actually quite impressive given the amount of sort of difficult wear I've exacted upon them. But, yeah. And what we need to do is jump on the brake here. This is the junction at Bathgate. Just after the junction, we'll pass the 90 post. So now that we've dropped down to 85, there's the 90 post. I'll just set my speed set to 90. Another neutral section. Go. And we'll take power again crossing onto the bridge. So this is actually on the lineup for Edinburgh, Edinburgh International. So if you look, well, you fly over. I think the game simulates it? No, I don't think it does. Oh, it does. So the other end of that runway is 5 Circle. And you'll have seen that in the 5 Circle video. There we go, we're crossing over the bridge now. Still 90 posts there. So it's a 90 post for non-enhanced permitted speed trains. But yeah, we're getting there. Ooh, oh. So we stay at 90 for a little while, not too long though, don't worry. We will be back up to speed in no time. Absolutely whizzing along here though. Oh, and here's our 100 post will be just after this junction. Now you see it? Boom. Just like that. You know what, it's really quite satisfying to be able to do that without looking at my notes. So I've had a few attempts at this because I've had issues recording. And yeah, this bit I'm obviously quite familiar with now. But yeah. So the next landmark I'm looking out for is the one of the little sandboards. As soon as I sight that, we take a step 2 brake application, and that's to get us slowed down for our first stop today, our second stop today, sorry, of Linlithgow. After Linlithgow to Falkirk High, then Polmont, and then we're a flyer into Glasgow. Paranoid now because I was going to do a flyby there, but we'll do it after we leave Linlithgow. I am paranoid. I don't think we're there yet, but I'm also just paranoid. See that there, that like bit of grass, that looked like a sign to me as we were approaching it. I'm just keen that you have to really step on the brakes going into this station from my braking point, so I do not want to miss it. Nope, that was a mistake. There you go, full service brake I'm going to take. Oh no, I'm step 2. There we go. That's fine. Yeah, I panicked because I didn't remember that curve. This is the Linlithgow loops we're approaching. There we go, half a mile to go, and the announcement goes. Now, I'm not sure if this is an issue with the scenario or the timetable. You're creeping in here, like. We stop at the very end of the night car. Linlithgow, the home of Rainbow Rails, who have hopefully bought some ballast wagons off, well, some aggregate wagons. I'm a little short, but that'll be fine. As referenced by the fact the tail end of the train is fully on the platform. I'll do a quick pause and we'll come back as we're ready to go. It's like that, we're back. There we go. And away we go. So I'm going to straight into full power. And we got our way at the races departing Linlithgow. In fact, that's just pulling away noises. Oh. The livery they outshopped that in, or they put these on the route in, it's basically Great Northern livery with ScotRail branding in the blue doors. I think it looks great. Trains really suit it. Yeah, Polmont are next stop. So I got my Polmont and Falkirks the wrong way around. Find someone who's not done that, am I right, viewers? Of course, there's the 100, which we're climbing up to. That red signal doesn't apply to us, although that really made me cack myself. That shouldn't signal. Oh, that's the thingy railway. It's Preserve Railway. I literally can't remember the name of it for the life of me, which I apologise for profusely. But that's part of the route, Network Scot East route. I'm having a minor crisis of confidence. Seeing if I remember what Polmont station looks like. Polmont, of course, the site of the tragic... No, I know exactly where I am now. The of the Polmont rail disaster, which basically I'm going to refresh myself on this. Yeah, Polmont rail accident. Basically, just checking. Step 2's in, yeah. Step 3. Otherwise, I'm going to come booking it at this station. Notice the caution of a neutral section there. They put this neutral section in a brilliant bloody place.
Please mind the gap between the train and the platform as you leave the train.
But basically, the push-pull trains that ran at the time. So you had a Class 47, a bunch of Mark 3s, and a DIBSO, or a DBSO. Though that is basically a Mark 2 carriage with a driver's cab, remote operation of the... You can not stop on that magnet. Heard the ping, give it a beat, come up with a stand. You do not want to stop with basically the AWS magnet. If you stop right on top of it, you can't move the train. It's one of those sorts of jobs. But anyway, so the back of the accident. At the time of the accident, British Rail passenger trains between Glasgow, Queen Street and Edinburgh Waverley were operated by push-pull. The signal class 47 located at one end of the train at all times. Locomotive usually pulled the carriage from Glasgow to Edinburgh and then pushed on the return journey. At the other end of the train was a DBSO. Which I was briefed. Okay, so basically what happened was the train, It's approaching the area westbound, so same route that we're on now. And there was a cow on the track, and the train hit the cow. And basically, because it was the DBSO was very lightweight, and therefore the DBSO basically skipped the tracks and derailed and hit a bridge abutment. And the rest of the train derailed. Like I say, 13 deaths with 61 injuries. Yeah. And there's probably one of these bridge abutments here. It's quite strange to think of it that way. Full power, please. So that is the line towards Falkirk, Grahamston, and Stirling. That's the way we went in the Azuma video. But we are now continuing, say, westbound. Okay, so Falkirk High is just after this tunnel. That was close. Paranoid net, there we go, step 2. So we are going to brake now for, like I say, Falkirk High. You can see the brake speed washing off there nicely in step 2. So you'll see we're in step 2, but we're using a great little air brake. It's all just rheostatic, so it's all regenerative, so it's all going back into the overheads. So you can see, you know, we're putting massive energy back into the system. I think the stat was on the district line, they basically have like either 1 or 2 months a year of free electricity. No, 3. Is it 3 months? Okay, well, I'm going to go full service here just because I'm paranoid, and I'm not happy with how the train speed's washing off. I think that was heavily down to the fact that I didn't find step 2 immediately. I probably could have used a bit less step 3, but and we're here at Falkirk High. Fun fact, I'm riding on a train with my headphones on, wanting to go to Linlithgow at Rainbow Rails, and gets off the train, launches the train out. It's about here, and look on my phone and see the directions to Rainbow Rails, and turn around, and on the station of real life there's a big sign there saying Falkirk High. It was then I knew I fucked up. Put the reverse bit in neutral just to silence the DSD so we can sit here. Guards closing the doors. I go straight into full power we go basically. Now on next and final station, Glasgow, Queen Street. So it's really important as well with DSD that I don't just sit here and go without looking. I actually look at the road ahead, make sure, okay, I saw a signal, got a green signal still. It's basically, for me, the DSD isn't just a cue to press the E key. It's a cue to press the E key, look out the window, make sure I'm still on a green signal, look at my speedometer, make sure that I'm still doing vaguely the speed I think I should be, and running like that. So, yeah. Got the warning for the neutral section there. As soon as I sight the white post, I'll go to idle. Those are really good for if you're an 86, something like that, and you need to run the engine down, but we don't in this. We can just shut the throttle immediately. There we go. Watch 1, 2, and that's clear the neutral section. Back into power. We're now approaching. So this is the line from Stirling on our right. What I'm looking out for on the left is Cada. Cada HST depot. That is my cue to brake for the 90 limit approaching Bishopbrigg station. So as far as I understand, Cada HST depot is basically a servicing depot that was built when the HSTs came to Scotland. Haymarket, I think, takes care of the main maintenance. Aberdeen, they've got LNER fitters there, so they can actually do some maintenance, but probably don't. And Inverness depot, which again, that's I think just a servicing depot. Haymarket's where most of the work gets undertaken, but Cada is basically a brand new site, as far as I understand, on the site of small goods loops. That was built specifically for HSTs coming to Scotland. So we were at 97, 98 miles an hour, which is absolutely fine. We'll definitely keep time at this pace. Like I say, just absolutely lovely train to drive this. Lovely day, lovely map. Just lovely train, lovely day out on the train, eh? This is Croy Station. To show you on a moving map where we are. That's Glasgow Queen Street there. We're now approaching. So you can see. Oh, what are we crossing with? The other 365. Look at that. Neither side, just heading into the sun, fair enough. And we cross in the least convenient location for a screenshot, but oh well. That looks like a really man-made hill, that, doesn't it? Or a boob. Anyway. Oh, tit. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. So yeah, we're literally hammering along here, so that's Cato we're approaching. Got Lenzie and then Bishop Briggs. There we go. That is Cato HST depot. I think I'm missing some assets because there's like a random tall building and some like basically rain cover things. Oh no, I'm not. That's that and that's the tall building. So no, I'm not missing anything. And I'm going to ride the brakes down to 90, straight back in on the power, and we'll select 90 as our go-to. No. There we go. 90 is our go-to speed value. That's Bishop Briggs. It is cool having a 50 warning. Just take a step one brake for 50. Yeah, it's actually a 60 that when you get slow to passing Bishop Briggs. So go to step 2. Got idle. So you can see we are below 60, but we're just going to cruise in. Immediately once you appear out of this cutting on the left hand side, you'll see Eastfield Depot. There's the front road for it. There's the 60 post. There's step one brake for 50, and you can see there's Eastfield. So there's the 365 on it. There's probably actually that 170. I put that in myself. Shouldn't be there. That was the wrong era for it, but oh well. 40. There's the 50. So for there's like the spring burn. So if I really quickly show you. If you remember the 318 video we did to review the 318, we went from Springburn to Partick, I believe. Springburn. We left off in that direction. I think, from memory. No, we went off in this direction. This would be our first stop, which I can't remember what it was anymore. But yeah, just showing it is there. And in the opposite direction, if you remember the 156 video when we came from Helensburgh Upper, and that was from this direction. You just remember we sort of cruised around Eastfield. Interestingly, that route stayed very differently because you can see. I remember putting trains in the shunt road for Eastfield, and that's the shunt road. That's the shunt road there. So no, that's fair enough. It stayed exactly the same. And I'm going to put brake on now, just step one brake to bring us down to that 40. We're not in a rush, but it's just better to get down earlier rather than later. So the 40 basically comes into effect on like at this junction here, basically. That is our 40 post. You can see we're well at 40. That's absolutely fine. And I'm going to skim a bit of speed off to get us to 35. As we now start slowing and descending down the slope into Glasgow Queen Street. And we'll be coming to a stand, obviously at the bottom, but it's a 30 limit entering the tunnel, which is roughly where that double amber is. So if I just do this all the time, the train basically can't respond, but also it's like a proper jolty thing. It's just not a nice experience for the passengers, sorry. So I'm going to let the speed increase to 38, 39. Step 2, bring it down to 30. And then let's slip back up, and then but I'm going to also bear in mind I'm going to step back down. Double amber, single amber next. And that powers off. This, yeah, so that clearing to a green means we're actually going to basically be put into a platform, which is exactly what we want. I was going to say, I was sitting there and I could just hear the speed increasing as we went. I was like, I can't not look at that speedo going down here. Thing is, in reality, you can see it's not just a black hole you're in. Single amber, platform 4, that's what we're expecting. Red ahead. Well, the red ahead being the platform buffers. So I want to exit out the bottom here at 15. There's another 365 in there, sorry, on its own as a 4 car. I don't know if they were permanently sort of running as 8. I don't know that much about the operations in Scotland. But, yeah. You can see a 170 on the left there. Oh, and it's coupled to 156. Uh-oh. Power. Now, what I'm going to do... Yeah. Welcome to Glasgow Queen Street. Whoop whoop. So, what we'll do, we'll shut the cab down now that we've arrived and go get a cup of tea. So... Last thing to do as we get out is to key in the not in service. There we go. One of the things they missed, one of the tricks they missed with the 385, which is disappearing there, is the chilling destination display, which they actually, I've seen it on a train reality now. It's not just something like, I think they have like free text ability on them. I don't think it's just free text. Anyway, thank you for watching though, guys. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I certainly enjoyed making it. Hit the like button, subscribe. See you all next time. Bye.